Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Brendan King from the Brendan King Group at Real, and I'm sitting here with Spring Bengtzen.
You said it right.
I did. How do you mess up Spring?
Well, Bengtzen, because it's spelt ridiculous.
What do people call you?
Bengtzen.
Oh my God, that's
whatever.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I got it right. I'm 1 for 1.
Yes.
So I'm here with Spring Bengtzen at Utah Life at Real. So we had the opportunity this past 24 hours, I should say like 8 hours, to shadow her amazing new office. First of all, amazing job. Like you guys did such an incredible job. It has a good energy. Are you happy with the turnout?
Yes. You know what? I actually said this yesterday. I said, I love coming here because the energy just feels good. Yeah. It just feels good when you walk in.
It feels like almost like a home.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like you have a kitchen, you've got like super contemporary, huge windows, amazing views, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Got Utah, no matter where you go, it's like snow-capped mountains like half the year. It's amazing. Yeah. It's so beautiful.
Did you know this used to be a bank?
My brother said it today. He goes, this looks like it used to be a bank. Yeah. I did not know that.
So I will show you pictures. It was 1,500 square feet. This old, like, horrible bank. 1,500
square feet? How was this 1,500 square feet?
So it was 1,500 square feet, and then it had the base. So I ripped off the base and then added this. This is all an addition from the front.
Cow.
Yeah.
Oh my, you guys did amazing. Like you have the phone booths, you have the conference rooms, the huddle rooms. You've got like everything dialed in.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
And today was amazing. Of course, you guys have everything dialed in.
I don't know about that.
I know you're always, we're all always learning. That's why I'm here. That's why you go to everything you go to. We're all always learning. It's a constant life thing. We're never going to grow in business if we're not constantly learning. So we came today to learn from you guys because you guys are where we want to be, and I know we are where you used to be about 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
So tell me a little bit about that. Like 3 years ago, you were at 7 agents. Is that right?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So what is it that you attribute to going from 7 to 50? Is that right?
Yeah, we have 52 agents right now. Honestly, it was pain, which we've talked a little bit about today. I was just at that breaking point of something has to give. Like I am everything to everybody. I'm still in production. I'm answering all the calls, all of that. And so I went to one of my mentors and coaches and I'm like, I think I'm just going to scale this back and go back into solo production, have an assistant. And he just kind of giggled and said, do you really see yourself going and selling houses at a high level again? And the more I thought about it, I'm like, no. So he's like,
you were at like a crossroads. It was either go back to the old way, not a lot of expenses, grind, and you can make a good income and be fine.
Yeah.
Or just hit the ground running, expand, build a team.
Yeah. I mean, yes, it was either go back, scale. I was like, well, I could sell 3 or 4 homes with no overhead. Like I have enough clientele, like whatever, 3 or 4 homes a month. Right. And, but yeah, I made that decision. I'm like, I just don't see myself doing that. So let's go scale it up. And that's why we named our program Scale Up, was because I'm like, we just have to scale in order to go. So the difference over the last 3 years is when I was at that point, my mentor said, hey, Spring, you need a director of sales. Like you need that person.
We had that discussion today. That's sort of where I am right now. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, you need that person who's having those conversations with the agents, that's teaching them and coaching them. And also that is responsible for agent recruiting or attraction or whatever you want to call it. And so when I hired that right person, it was a game changer.
Yeah, and you guys, so you went from 7 to 52 in 2.5, 3 years.
Yep.
You had your own brokerage.
Yep.
You opened your own branch, I want to say 1.5 years ago. Is that right?
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, I opened up a Realty One franchise.
That was my first office, actually.
Was it?
I was at a Realty One, the first Realty One ever.
Yeah.
Was my office. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Charleston in Las Vegas. Yeah. In Summerlin.
Yeah. So I had franchise here in Farmington, and I did that for about a year, and that's when COVID hit. I literally opened up March 1st, and then COVID hit like March 14th, right?
Amazing.
Which fine, whatever, all that jazz. But we actually brought on a lot of agents. We brought on 120 agents in 9 months. And I just had this moment of like, okay, how many agents do we have to have in order for this to be profitable, right? And we already had the team. And I was just like, I don't really want to do this. Like, I don't want to only be having a radius of 20 miles that I can attract agents, right? And you make very little off your brokerage. I don't care who you are.
I've had this discussion with so many broker owners. The brokerage itself, they say it all the time.
Yeah.
The money's not in the brokerage.
Yeah, it's not at all. And there is money in a team if you do it correctly. And I was like, where am I going to put my energy? So we ended up transitioning the franchise rights back to, there was a gentleman locally that wanted them. He had other realty ones. And so we did that. And then we ended up moving over to Real.
Nice. So Real, I'm with Real. I joined, I think in December, the beginning of December. I know my reasons for joining. Tell me a little bit about why Real, first of all, and what differences you see from obviously being a successful independent agent, having a successful team, then being a broker owner, and then now kind of doing all of that in one. Why Real?
Yeah. So I chose Real for a couple of reasons. I liked the company. I really liked the branding, which sounds stupid, but I liked the branding.
There's another company. It rhymes with Mexby. I didn't like the branding, and like there was some other companies where I felt the same way. So for me, branding means a lot. It definitely means a lot.
Yeah. So I liked the branding. I also, I loved that it was an early stage company. I liked the fact of, hey, I'm going to get in early, and getting in early created an opportunity of helping shape the company. Like the cool thing is like we've actually connect with the CEO, like we've been with the COO, we're involved in decisions. Like I was messaging them today, and so that's a really fun component. But why I made the choice at the time was I like the collaboration aspect. So I was seeing agents that were having these masterminds or these groups or the collaboration. And I mean, in a traditional brokerage model, you're masterminding, connecting with the agents in your office, which you're all doing the same stuff.
No,
right?
We were at that moment. We were the top team in our old office, top 3 always. And it just was the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah. And that's what I was seeing in the other models that existed like this. Like they had these networks across the country and they were doing cool stuff and they were learning and growing and scaling. And so I really truthfully chose it for the network and collaboration and the growth. And then obviously the revenue share and stock is cool. I will tell you, it's been fantastic for me, only for the relationships. Like I know you because of Real.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's be real about it.
We sat down, somebody called from Real, and he's calling about an opportunity for us to collaborate and do something together. Yep. We sat in an office today with 4 great teams that are all producing at high levels, all in the same room, mostly thanks to Real. Yeah, same. Like I met Pam and Gal, who were upstairs earlier, through Real. Joe and Taylor, I met them through Real. Like, my point of this is my ecosystem right now of people I'm collaborating, and they're doing big things. Like you're doing big things. Gal and Pam are doing big things. Like the phone call you just received, like that is now the conversations I'm having, instead of it being, oh, the agent in my office that's a random, sell a house, whatever. So yeah, it's true. And we're all like, we're traveling, we're doing cool events. Like that is genuinely why I chose it. And the revenue share is cool. Yeah. And that's the thing. You have revenue share, you have stock in the company, you have the collaboration part of it, and the fact that everybody's kind of sharing in a eventual purpose of everyone growing together. That's really the thing that I've loved about it, is everybody I meet is collaborative and willing to share. Yeah. And with sometimes nothing in return, but with revenue share, there is something to give that then does give people a direct relationship, where helping someone also does give you a benefit as well. Yeah. I mean, I just want you to think about it this way. So generally speaking, your training's coming from your broker or your team leader in your office. And now with where we're at, the training's coming from national agents that are doing things that you want to do. Yeah, totally. Right? And so it's just a whole nother level of a conversation and training, regardless of what level you're at in your business. And we're jumping on Zooms with anybody from 100 deals to 1,000 deals. And if you're at 100, you're able to ask the hard questions of the person who's at 5, who's like, oh yeah, I've dealt with that. Like, oh yeah, I've been through that. Oh yeah, this is what you should do that helped me get to that next level. And that's refreshing as opposed to being in a brokerage, turning around, and you're just kind of all doing the same thing. Like I've loved that part. Like that's the part I've really quite enjoyed, and it is refreshing. And you did a killer event, I heard. I missed it, and I had to jealously watch. Actually, I'm not a jealous person, but I was jealous. I saw these images. I'm like, this hotel is amazing. All the speakers were amazing. Everything about it. So you did a little event. Little. Not really, event in Mexico for agents, and really just about growing and learning and collaborating, right?
Yeah. So pure transparency. It was my first, and I was super nervous about it.
I would be totally nervous.
But it was really, I was really proud of how it turned out. We're going to do another one.
Even aesthetically, year. I know you said you like branding too.
It was beautiful.
Aesthetically, it was nice. Like even the way you did the stage with your name, all of it. I'm a sucker for that stuff. I was like, oh, she hit it on the head. Yeah.
I freaking blew it out of the park. But, and it was 6 months of planning. The way that event came to fruition, though, was I was like, I need to provide value for my real network. Where can I bring in cool speakers, cool environment that you can leave after the event and go mastermind and connect? So it was brand agnostic. I would say probably 60% of the people there were not with Real, and the speakers were not. Some were, but some weren't. And so that's kind of my intention, is like, let's create something that you would want to come to, that I would want to come to, that's learning based, but also fun.
And everyone was there with their spouses and family. So you have the close interaction with your family. You have a business experience that you can share with your spouse if they come to that part of it. If they don't want to, they can go relax by the pool while you get a million nuggets of information throughout the day. And then everyone gets to have fun together afterwards. It's kind of like the perfect trio of everything. So good job.
Thank you. And you're coming next year.
I am coming next year. I've already told my wife we need to book all our stuff for next year because things are crazy.
Oh my gosh.
You can't get anywhere. You can't book anything anywhere. But it's on the schedule. We will be going. We don't know what the date is yet, but once we know.
I think it's March 14th.
Okay.
I'm solidifying the room block right now. And then we're going to release tickets coming up here, because same thing. It is insane.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. We just booked a trip to Santa Barbara last minute, and we're leaving Sunday. And it was wacky. Like we couldn't get into any. It was a little last minute, but it was, sometimes you just make plans because they work out that now you can go. So it's insane. But so I guess the last thing I'd like to ask is, what would be your biggest bit of advice to any agent that's either getting in the business or at a point in time in their business where they want to see exponential growth? What would be the thing that you would give as advice to get from where they are to where they want to be? That's a simple question.
Yeah, no, it actually is, because it's the same if you're starting out or if you're at your level or my level, is find a mentor. Like find a team, find a mentor, find a coach, whatever it is, because there's somebody who has done what you want to do and they've already done it. So you can circumvent decades off by finding that coach or mentor or whoever that is. I think about a new agent. I think a new agent, if you don't get on a team or if you don't start on a team, you're out of your mind.
You may as well be dropped in the jungle with no food or water. It's almost the same thing. I remember I got my license. I was at Realty One and I walked in and I'm like excited. I'm like, yes, here we go. And I was like,
now what?
What do I do? I was like, literally, I have no idea.
Here's your calendar. Here's your calendar. Show up to some trainings. Right?
Or if you can even fit in the classes or even get a hold of the broker. The broker there was amazing at the time, and nothing against him. He was just busy.
Yeah.
He had 500 agents at all times. I couldn't even get the conference room. And I love that advice. Like when you don't know what to do, go to somebody who's done it before. I used to think, I came from a creative background, that, I can do it creatively and differently. And I was trying to do everything anti. And then when I opened my eyes, had the right conversations, I realized, what am I doing? You can't reinvent the wheel. The wheel already exists. Just make a better one or a new version of it, but the wheel's there.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you guys. Like, I mean, this is what I love about real estate is there's no secret how to do it. You can get on YouTube. You can get in the right environment. There's power and proximity.
We can become chefs. We can become anything in the world just with the internet.
So for me, it's like, just go seek out who has done what you want to do and model it. The biggest thing is it's just about, and you hear me say this all the time, it's about who do you need to be in order to create that. So if you want to be a top producer, how does a top producer show up? Like, are you working at treating as a 9 to 5? Are you actually prospecting, all those things? If you want to grow a team, what is a team owner doing? Like, what are the systems they have in place? How are they showing up? So model what you want to have in your life.
Love that advice. That is probably the best advice you can get in anything.
You're welcome. Just
Thank
kidding.
you. Yeah. So take that, run with it. Spring Bengtzen, Utah Life, from real. Yeah. Amazing human, amazing agent, amazing mentor. So a mentor to me and many other agents. Definitely, I'd thank you so much. Thanks for having us and the team today. We had a blast, and thank you so much for sitting with me today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
See you guys. Have a good one. Yeah.